Good morning. Good morning and welcome to our yoga practice. We are settling in. Probably have a minute or so before we get going, maybe a little more. We are rolling out our mats and coming into our space. You can use this time as always to sit and center or invite in gentle movement. If there's anything you like to have nearby for your practice, now's a great time to grab that. It could be a glass of water, a block, whatever it is that you like to have. Maybe a little less than a minute before we get going, and we are going to start in child's pose today if you wanted to head that way. Molly might come running in, we'll see. All right, we're getting closer to time, so we're going to start making our way to that child's pose, setting up toward the back third of your mat. We're going to go toes near one another. You can do knees near one another. You could take the knees wide to the edges of the mat, and then gently melt the belly down. The knees are near one another. Belly's going to rest on the thighs. The knees are wide. The belly can melt right in between them. Forehead can rest on the mat. It might float. You could create a pillow with fists or palms. Keep a little ease in the arms wherever you are. They could be overhead. There could be a little bend at the elbow. If the knees are together, you could even wrap the arms down alongside body. And wherever you're at, settle in. Get comfortable. Let the hips settle toward the heels. You take a moment, maybe close the eyes. Start to draw the attention in, to focus on the self. Just notice how you're feeling. No judgment, no expectation. Just seeing what it is. You check in with the body. You notice little places where you might need an adjustment or where you could soften a bit. Go ahead. That could be easing through the toes a bit, relaxing in the shoulders a bit more. We'll take a few more breaths here as we center in, inviting the mind to be present with us here on the mat. Sometimes if the mind is wandering away, it can be a good exercise to give it something to focus on, starting maybe with the mat, that feeling of support. And then working your way into the body. The head is resting. We'll go ahead and lift it up as we send the hands overhead. Palms are in the mat. Go ahead and stretch them, maybe tent the fingers, or just reach the fingers farther away. Starting to wake up side body. Feel that long spine, long lines up side body. When you're ready, we'll gently walk the hands over to the right, settle the belly back down. Nice stretch through the left ribs. Elbows are soft. Little ease in the shoulders. And you can flutter the eyes back open at any time if they're still closed. Walk the hands back through center and over to the left, gently melting down. Awareness moving to the right side of the body, that long line from hip to fingertip. We'll come back to center. Inhale up to tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees as best you can. Spread the fingers wide. Nice flat back. Notice if you're collapsing into the shoulders. If you are, gently draw that heart up. From here, we'll begin our cat-cows. Gently inhale as you lower the belly and lift the gaze. Exhale as you round, arch the back. Inhale, lower. Exhale, round. Continue at your own breath pace for a few rounds. Connect the movement and the breath at whatever speed you set. Mindful of how the spine is feeling. Once more, and then we'll meet back at our neutral spine. From our neutral spine, we'll shift the hips to the right as we glance over the right shoulder, a little C shape stretching through the left ribs. And then opposite side, hips and gaze go to the left. Big stretch through the right ribs. Back to center. Reset as you step the right toes back. We'll start with the ball of the foot in the mat. Gently press back into that heel. Stretch out the calf. And then bring that knee back down. Step the left toes back. Ball of the foot's in the mat. Leg is straight. Breath is steady. We'll bring the knee back to the mat. Our solid tabletop. Fly the right leg. Press that leg back. Toes are down toward the mat. Heel presses back. Keep the heart lifted. And then gently draw the left arm up. Bicep near the ear. Our balanced tabletop. You can tap the hand down at any point or the knee. We'll draw elbow and knee together. Try not to let them touch the ground. Little arch in the back. And then send it out. And once more, elbow to knee. Send it out. And settle hand and knee to mat. Nice work. Find your neutral. Fly the left leg. Try to imagine that long line coming right out from the hip. Draw the right arm up. Whole body is engaged, strong back. And we'll bring elbow and knee together. Inhale, extend. Exhale together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, release. Hand and knee to mat. We'll start to walk the hands forward as we send the knees back and gently lower ourselves down onto our bellies. Chins to the mat. Tops of the feet are down. We'll bring our hands under our shoulders as we prep for a little cobra work. From here, we'll inhale up, chin and collarbone, our baby cobra. Shoulders draw away from the ears, and we're not putting too much weight in the hands here. Maybe you can drum out the fingers. Lower down, chin to mat. Take a breath. We'll put a little more weight in the hands as we inhale up, chin, collarbone, maybe a rib or two. Going to open up the front of the body. Strengthen back body. Exhale as you lower. Chin to mat, take a breath. Yogi's choice, baby cobra or that mid lift as we inhale up. And release. This time as we inhale up, we'll bring the elbows under the shoulders. Forearms parallel, palms to the mat, our Sphinx pose. Long spine as we gaze forward. Tops of the feet stay connected down. Thighs are in the mat, hips are connected to the mat. Pardon me. And again, notice if you're collapsing down into the shoulders, if you are, press into those elbows. Lengthen the spine. We'll bend at the right knee, just bringing that leg to 90. And then bend at the left knee, bring that leg to 90. Right leg lowers. Left leg lowers. Both legs to 90. Flex the feet. And lower. Tops of the feet back down. We'll press into the palms. Elbows go wide. Favorite cheek finds the mat as we take a small breath. And let gravity help us stretch out the neck a little bit. Opposite cheek goes down as we turn the head. Shoulders are at ease. We'll bring the chin back to the mat. We'll take the right arm out to a T. Left hand is going to come to that 90-degree bend at the elbow. Palm is on the mat. And gently rotate the body over to the right side, creating a deep stretch through the front of the right shoulder. Only rotate as far as your body wants, using that left hand to help you press into it. And unwind. Back to center. We'll bring in the right hand, extend the left arm out, rotate to the left side. Each side will be a little different, so be mindful of how this shoulder is feeling. Keep breathing. Rotate back to center. We'll bring both arms down alongside body. Chin is in the mat. We'll bring the right heel up and in toward the body. Maybe you reach back with that right hand to grab onto the foot and draw it in a little closer, optional. We're leaving the thigh connected to the mat here. If you're holding that foot, go ahead and release it and allow the right foot to journey back to the mat. When right toes touch, we'll bring the left heel in toward the body. And again, you can let gravity do its thing, or you can take the left hand, hold on to that foot, and draw it in a little closer. Be mindful of how the body is feeling. Listen to its cues. A little tension is all right, but any pinpointed pain, gently back away. We'll release our hold as we take the left toes back to the mat, hands under shoulders, press back hips to heels, child's pose, lovely counter posture for all that back work we just did. Use the exhale to help you soften into the shape a bit more, to let the heels journey a little, or the hips a little closer to the heels. We'll start to walk the hands toward the knees as we lift up and come to a kneeling posture. We'll take the knees about hip width distance apart, kneeling tall. We'll bring the fist around to the low back. You could also go flat palm, either down or fingers up. Start to draw the elbows a little closer together. And maybe stay right here. This could be a great heart opener. Checking in with the chest and the shoulders. If you'd like to deepen this stretch for the back, we'll start to draw the gaze up and then gently arch back like you're finding a giant exercise ball behind you. You can come in and out of this back bend as you need. Try to imagine a little line between the heart and the sky as you go back. We'll inhale up. Release the hands. Give the shoulders a little wiggle. Drop the hips to heels, belly to thighs, child's pose for one breath. Inhale back to tabletop. We'll extend our tabletop a bit, taking the handprints forward. Curl the toes. Gently peel the knees up as you shift the hips back, down dog. Try to find a flat back as best you can. And since it's our first down dog of the practice today, you can explore the shape a little bit to see how you're feeling. Maybe a little movement through the legs or the hips. Start to walk the hands toward the feet as you come to forward fold at the back of your mat. Let the head hang. Hands can reach to the earth. You could grab opposite elbows to hang in ragdoll. Take a little sway side to side if you like, optional. And if you're swaying, slow it down, back to center. If you're holding elbows, release the hands. We'll take a generous bend at the knees, lowering the hips, belly to thighs, as we find our foundation. And then gently bring ourselves up to a nice standing posture. Head over heart, Arms are long at our side, palms forward, pinkies toward the thighs. Little tuck of the chin as you let the crown of the head reach tall. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, that 7 shape, hands to shins or thighs. The gaze is at the mat. Long back. Exhale as you release. And gently roll up. We'll bring hands to hips. We'll take a step forward about 2 to 3 feet. Keep the feet on skis here. Toes forward, hips square to the short edge of the mat. Long spine as we hinge forward. Stopping when your body wants. Creating a nice stretch down the length of the right leg. If you took the left foot forward first, you'll feel it through the left side. And notice as you come into the shape, if the hips really shift out, they do, gently draw them back. Always making little adjustments, mindful of our movements. We'll take a generous bend in that right knee and press ourselves up. Bring the left foot forward. Now it's in front 2 to 3 feet. Both feet firmly rooted down on the mat. We lengthen the spine, hinge at the hips, and fold forward, stopping when your body wants. That might be 10 degrees. It might be hands all the way down to the mat. It could be somewhere in between. Keep breathing. We'll take a generous bend at the left knee as we press up and bring the right foot in to meet it. The feet are about hip width distance apart. We're standing tall. We'll inhale the arms up. We're going to rotate to the right as we take a big step back with that right foot. So we're coming into warrior 2. Arms come out to that T. Got a generous bend at the left knee. So we'll double check ourselves real quick. Back foot's at 90. Foot is rooted down. Left foot, toes forward, knee in line with those toes. Arms are out to that nice T, open heart, gaze is forward. The fingers are spread wide, draw them together, little blades. We'll drop the back hand, rotate the front palm, lift up and back. And then bring that right forearm to the thigh as we reach up or up and over with the left, yogi's choice. We'll inhale up. Drop both arms down, straighten the front leg, turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. We'll start with hands at hips. Hinge forward, lead with the heart. Imagine that long spine, keeping the flat back as best you can. When you can't keep it anymore, go ahead and release the hands as you fold forward. Coming into your shape, you can have the hands on the mat under the shoulders. You can hold on to ankles, toes. Walk the hands back. Lots of variations. Wherever you're at in your shape, notice where the weight is sitting in the feet. If you're all the way back on the heels, shift the hips forward a bit, allowing more of the weight to sit toward the front half of each foot. If you're holding feet or ankles, go ahead and bring the hands back to the mat. We'll start to generously bend the right knee as we walk the hands over that way. Left foot stays connected down, big stretch for the inner left leg. Lift up as we walk the hands back over to the left. Generous bend in that left knee. Right leg is now our straight one. Feeling that stretch along the inner thigh, down the length of the leg. We'll come back to center, engage the core as you come to standing. Take a breath. We'll leave that back foot where it's at. Turn the right toes to the short edge at the back of the mat. Start to bend that knee. We want to stack it over the ankle, a little bit behind it, knee in line with the toes. Draw the arms up like those balloons inflating under the armpits. One arm forward, one arm back. Body nice and neutral. Solid in our warrior two. Notice if that front knee starts to fall in. If it does, engage the leg. Draw it back. We'll drop the back hand, rotate the front palm, lift up and back. And then rotate around. Right arm to right thigh, left arm reaches up or up and over. We'll inhale back up. Release the arms, straighten that leg, turn the toes, and then heel toe the feet together. We're going to do a balance pose today, our dancer. We've been building up to it from our start all the way to now, loosening the body a bit. So since it is a balance, if you'd like to move near a wall or have a chair or something nearby, you can. For dancer, having that wall in front of you can usually be very helpful. So pick your foot that you'd like to have as your base. I'm going to go with my right to begin. Feel nice and solid. Maybe you shift the weight a little bit on it just to find that nice neutral spot. Find it, settle in, draw strength up that whole leg as you come onto the ball of the opposite foot. We're standing tall. We'll bring the left heel, or whichever foot you're flying up, toward the body. Holding on to that foot. We'll gently draw the opposite arm up. So in my case, right leg is standing. That's our support, so right arm goes in the air. You can stay right here. You can stop at any stage. We're going to rotate that hand to the inner arch of the left flying foot. Start to press the foot into the hand. Allow that to open up back body. You can rotate over here a little bit if you want. There's lots of options. That's why having the wall in front of you can be helpful for keeping your balance as you press that foot in. Trying to keep the knee relatively in line. Sometimes it wants to swing way out. Come in and out of the shape as you need. Take one more breath here. On the exhale, bring the body back in line. Release your hold. Left foot comes down. Right arm falls. We shake it out a bit. And we head to the opposite side. So right foot was my support to begin. So now left is going to be, if you're the opposite, just know that as I say left, you're doing the right. So we're playing the left foot down. Stabilize the ankle, a little softness in the knee, but that leg is strong, hip is engaged. Whole body is in alignment. We come onto the ball, the opposite foot. Bring the right heel up toward the glute. Reach back, find that hold. And again, you can stay right here. And draw that left arm up. Maybe find a drishti, working on your balance. You can tap the toes down anytime. If you'd like to take it farther, we'll rotate the right hand to the inner arch of the right foot. Feel that nice openness through the shoulder. and then we'll press the foot into the hand to help us open up. Sometimes people want to pull on that foot. We want the movement to come from the foot, not the arm. So press the foot back into the hand. You start to tilt forward, allow the drishti to move with you. You can have that wall in front of you, a lovely support. A chair back you could hold on to. And again, come in and out of the shape as you like. Seeing how it feels, checking in with the knee, the foot, the shoulder. It can be intense in a lot of ways, in addition to being a balance. One more breath here. On the exhale, gently come back into alignment as you release the hold on the foot. Shake it out. And then just find yourself comfortable seated posture. Gently bringing yourself down onto the mat. If you have extra time today, you could go ahead and journey all the way to back body and take a nice shavasana. You go back to a child's pose. It can be a nice counter for our dancer. But we're going to end our practice here today together, bringing our palms at heart center to seal it in. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for our practice today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped open you up a little bit and maybe gave you a bit of a challenge today. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.